pace. There's a pace in the jumbo.
Hello, welcome to episode 2 of the Mark Black Show. How are we? I'm here with my best friend, fellow Spaniard, Eduardo Garcia Tresillo Martin. How are you?
Good. Very excited to be here. I think, all the things that we've been through in the last, 9 years?
Last 5 weeks.
In the last 5 days, basically. What can
So
I say about
that.
What can I say about you? I know. I think
It's been 10 years this
maybe
year.
we could. I know, September. Oh, that's scary. 10
So
years
I'll
in
just
Scotland.
explain to you quickly because Eduardo's in a hurry because he's got
Context.
Eduardo's in a hurry because he doesn't want to be with me. We met 10 years ago in September in Glasgow Uni. I was back from my year abroad and I decided to do a class in Chinese.
But then you showed up for a day and then somebody in your family died and then you disappeared for 3 months. I was raging because you were wearing this like Smith jacket. So I was like, oh, that could be a potential pal. And then you came one day, never showed up again. I don't know who died. Your dad?
My granda died.
Right. But it's just a granda. Like, you don't have to leave for 3 months. Like, that's shocking. And then you came back. And then
No, wait
like,
a minute. You're skipping ahead. Right, let's just calm down. I think let's talk about our Chinese class. So we had
So once you actually moved to our class, then we sat together and it was like a U-shaped classroom kind of thing. And we used to read like texts and stuff
in
like
Chinese.
that. And it's funnily enough, the people that would start first, they were like really good at Chinese. They were like
Mongolian.
Mongolian, so it's like so easy. I mean, compared to us anyway. And then it was like Mark's turn, and he would just sound like so bad at it. He sounded like kind of racist almost.
Do you know what I loved about that class was the teacher, right? So our teacher was for the viewers, we had a teacher. The word for teacher is Laoshi, and she just would take breaks during the class. And she would just show us a PowerPoint presentation of our wedding
She
day.
had to do like the kind of culture side of China. And on her lunch break, she would be like, I'm going to show you a 90 slide presentation of my family wedding in the province of Shanghai. And then we would be watching photo by photo of every single family member.
Oh,
this is my auntie by the almond tree. This is my cousin near the dragon fucking thingy. And we was just like this is like...
And that's where we met. So you've obviously you've been here for almost 10 years. That's mental.
Sure.
You actually feel, I mean, you sound very Scottish. I mean, you get that all the time, don't you? Because you don't look Spanish. Your English is amazing. You've no got an accent. I mean, I can hear your wee twangs now and again, and I'll point out your flaws no matter how good you are.
24/7. I know it's quite funny because I get this in Spain as well now. It's like, I think it was in Christmas last year, I went to like a supermarket to Iberdino, and the woman at the till was like, your Spanish is amazing. You've got such a Canadian accent. And I get that all the time now. And it's like, can he win? I get it in both places.
I remember when we went to Gran Canaria, we went to Aquasur, which is a water park, and us two baldy, pale freaks
Oh God,
gone down the malnourished bald men. And the people in the park who worked there were like walkie-talkieing to each other, going like, "There's two foreigners to speak great Spanish," and you were in your own country.
I forgot about that. I know it's happened a few times as well that people will like maybe say something bad about me. I mean, it's happened once, and then they think, I know, you always exaggerate these things, and they said something about me, and I just let them, and then like 10 minutes later, I said, "Oh, I could understand everything you're saying."
Right.
So yeah, it's a bit of like, you've heard it more than me at this point. Like, but do you have a dad that's Scottish? And I think the worst I ever had was, are you from the Highlands with a speech impairment? Because I can't work out your accent, and it's like, what does that even mean?
Aye, people think you're Scottish, but I bet.
But something's wrong.
Aye, something's wrong. That's what people say to me when I speak French. Like, I've got a good accent, but like I've just no got
There's something
no right.
But anyway, going back to Chinese, I think because we were just so bad at it, we just became pals basically.
We did die, and we shared our bond for the love of the Smiths.
Yeah,
and we
basically, I was really excited because for me, it was like, oh, like I've got a pal and like who's a native speaker. He's from here. I think this is going to be really useful for me because I'm going to learn a lot about Scotland. First thing he does is come to my flat. he puts the scheme on, and then he does a live translation of the scheme for me.
Me?
Yeah, you did. You were stopping it every 5 seconds. You were translating everything that they were saying because I couldn't understand anything.
You were back then. I forget. I mean, your English was good back then, but
No, but I think like that TV show is just so hard
you
to understand.
you were immersed. I was saying earlier, you were immersed right in at the deep end. Did you not get a job in KFC Springburn or something?
I know. I did. I worked there for like 6 months. I could not understand anybody. I was just like smiling and nodding all the time. I'm literally getting fired. I'm like, please. I know.
Did you say to me that somebody shouted at you in the car park once?
Yeah, so that's like when I felt like I had arrived in Scotland. I went to like the bin shed, like around the side of the building. I was just taking the rubbish, and this woman in her car, she was like going through, queuing for the drive-through, and she opened the window and she did this. You come here, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And she's like, I've got an order. And I
How
said,
did she speak though?
I said to her, I've got an order. And I said to her, right, you need to go around the window. Fuck you ginger prick. And then she pulled the window back up and drove. And I'm like, right, I guess I'm in Scotland then. This is like my baptism of fire here. So
No, I think you fit in very well. You fit in my family as well. Bald and gay.
It's been really helpful to have you. Obviously, like you've shown me a lot of Scotland, I suppose. Like you're always like kind of translating things for me. And
Aye, we kind of make fun of each other's. So we and Eduardo definitely
Mistakes.
make fun of each other's mistakes. I mean, my mistakes are more often than his when in Spanish, but I remember Eduardo. We were standing. It was a nice romantic walk, and we were standing at the Kelvin Bridge, and we looked in at the water, and the water was pure rough. It was pure wavy and all that. And Eduardo was like, "The water's really busy today." But then also, I have to admit, what was it? I said,
we were in Gran Canaria in the car, and I was like speeding up, I think, and you got really nervous. You just shouted at me, and you wanted to say like, "Watch out!"
for the car, the speed camera.
And he was obviously saying that in Spanish, and then he said, "Look after yourself," just shouting at me.
Aye,
and I was
because
just like,
a wee Spanish lesson, tener cuidado means
it's to watch out.
aye.
But he said "cuídate," which is look after yourself, which is so out of context.
Look after yourself, this big camera.
Exactly. So I was just like,
But that's how you learn with languages. That's what I
Exactly.
love language.
and I think embarrassment really helps. Like ensures that you don't make the same mistake again. Because the last thing I want to hear is this man laughing at me when I make a mistake. So
You hate me.
I'll really make sure that I don't make that mistake again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was 10 years ago almost. We've went through a lot. Alopecia. And that's it. Nothing else. That's the end of the podcast.
Mate, our baldness has been a constant in our friendship, innit?
It's
I
been-
shaved my head just after I
know.
met you.
I know, it's like,
And we've watched each other's faces get bigger.
I know, it's like when girls, I don't know if this is a thing anymore, but you see the films or like TV shows like where maybe girls like agree to like get pregnant at the same time. We actually shaved at the same time, and it was like, it was
I
terrifying.
shaved your head, aye.
And then we went
Because
to
you were
Polo.
just hanging on to your last fruity ginger.
Oh my god, I look like 50. I know. And I was like, right, I need to let go. He was like, Mark was like behind the mirror with his hands on my shoulder. Just let go. Whisper in my ear, let go. And I just had the trimmer in my hand.
Oh, that was great at uni, and then
It was a good time.
our friendship blossomed.
There was always like this like sort of like pattern, because I would like try convince you to go out, and you would always try like play hard to get a bit. Your first message would always be, no, I'm not going out. And then I could like almost like see your thoughts in your head. Like 20 minutes later would be like, I could get a wee couple of wine. I could get a wee glass of wine.
I don't speak like that.
10 minutes later, and no, I'm not going out. Half an hour later, I'll be at 7.
You're a manipulator, that's why.
Just let you do it yourself. You do it yourself.
Anyway, we'd go to Polo, wouldn't we?
Just a few times, yeah. It was fun. Fun times.
Eduardo used to steal drinks. Wait, let me just clear this up. Eduardo used to steal drinks in Polo. And he used to just minesweep drinks, didn't he? And
So Mark was the mastermind behind this. He would like again whisper at my ear, "There's a drink on the column on the right hand side," and he'd be like, "Gin tonic at your 9 o'clock," and I would like turn left and I would get the drink. I know.
but
Terrible.
anyway, I
Lots
think
of free drinks.
yeah. So anyway, let's move on to talking about learning English and Spanish. I love languages. You love learning languages
We
as well.
both have that shared kind of passion for it, I suppose.
for
Like,
grammar and
I think the minute we meet up, like we're constantly like teaching things to each other.
Aye.
I think there's a lot of like maybe like my English was like good enough, but I didn't get any references or maybe like
Mate,
colloquial.
you say to me when I make mistakes like your grabber's worse than the Holocaust. You know that?
It is, it's terrible. Sometimes,
not.
like, especially like we used to live together. I'm not like jumping here, but we used to live together, so we would have like probably spoken in Spanish a bit more. And there was a few times that we argued, and you would seeing like Mark getting maybe a bit angry, frustrated, but then making the most like atrocious mistakes. I'm just like, I can't take him seriously anymore.
Because I can't conjugate the verb to
He's
manipulate.
like talking in future tense, and I'm like, me, you're talking about something that happened last week. So yeah, but we've helped each other a lot.
And when we go, I love going. I've been over a few times to your home country of Gran Canaria, and I mean, I love it there. Gran Canaria is always like a holiday destination for Brits. And my wee brother had went before, but I always just saw it as this mad like holiday resort, which in the south of Gran Canaria it is
like that, to be
but
fair.
just tell me a bit about like
It's
for the viewers what it
always-
was like growing up in Gran Canaria on an island with only bottled water.
It's always quite funny as well because like every time I go back home, I'll obviously go with like Ryanair or like Jet2, and it's quite a contrast because I'll be going to like my granny's funeral and everybody else is like steaming, shouting, 5 wains on the plane.
You're going in for a few.
God, is that dead?
And I'm literally going to my granny's funeral. I'm like so sad, or I'm going to renew my passport. And for me, it's just like the most like dull trip ever. But for everybody else, it's like we're going to Gran Can. And I'm like, I know. So I've had to learn to live with that. It's like, obviously, I've grown up like knowing that there's a lot of tourists in my island, but it's different when you live where they're from. Like when you go on the plane with them, it's like.
But they're more in the south, I think, because you stay in the north. And Gran Canaria is actually a beautiful island. Like it's stunning. And what I find amazing is you can drive to the top of the island like that, and it's how many meters or feet is it?
Oh God, this is going to be
Roque
bad.
Noblo.
I think it's like 1,700 or something like that.
I don't know what that is in
So
feet.
it's like maybe Ben
Ben Nevis times 2 or something.
one and
No.
a half or something like that.
So Ben Nevis and a half, and you can fucking drive to the top.
Yeah, we've done it a few
We
times.
actually felt sick on the way down, didn't we?
It's a nice sunset spot.
It's beautiful island.
But yeah, you've been a few times. Like my family. My family love you because obviously you speak Spanish.
But let me just say, right, let me explain. So Edu's ma, like she assumes any man that comes to Gran Canaria is Eduardo's love interest. And she's like, I made a mistake once with my Spanish, and I wanted to say I'm going for a shower, and I wanted to say you going first. You want to go first, but I said you going in front.
And he
I
had
was
to
like,
say that in front of my mom.
How did you say it in Spanish?
He wanted to say like me ducho yo primero, but he said yo voy enfrente. And he even said it with that voice.
And his mom's like, so I was
saying it's
basically
like
like,
sensual.
I'm going for a shower, you going in front?
You go in front. I know.
And then your mom, when we went back up, she'd separated the beds by like 15
because
minutes.
like every time I say to my mum like, oh, I'm gonna go visit you, I'm gonna go with Mark, she would like ask me, do you want me to put the mattresses together this time or separate? Because she never knows. She's obviously,
But she now
we
knows
like
that
an
I'm not
ally.
a love
We like
interest.
a gay ally anyway, but it's like, Mum, like Mark's got a girlfriend, and I think we like overcompensate a bit when you would be there. Like
Aye,
Mark
like-
would be like, my girlfriend, she's a woman. And she's not here because she's a woman. And it's like, there's no need to overcompensate either.
I'd be like, your mom, your mom.
I'm almost like that with a monocle, looking at you to see if you're actually gay or not. See if you pass the girlfriend test. If you mention Rosalind 10 times, then it's fine, you're not gay.
I would feel like I was saying mi novia quite a lot, mi novia.
I know.
Yeah,
Which makes you not gay.
I did a few videos in Spanish recently, and I picked up your Canarian accent.
Yeah.
I love the
yeah,
Canarian
that
accent.
one.
It's got like a weird kind of, like in Spanish, for example, you say,
Latino kind of.
like for example, you have particular words in Spanish you would say that you don't say, and like you for
Like bus.
bus you say as
Guagua. We
La
don't say it.
guagua.
We don't say autobus. It's like, you wouldn't say
la
that.
guagua,
La guagua.
and you say fleje for a lot, don't you?
Fleje for a lot.
And cholas for sandals.
Cholas.
See, I've learned.
I know.
It's got
basically
it's got this weird kind of sound.
Mañana vamos a la playa y nos bañamos en la Cícero again. So it's a
Aye,
bit like
it's
that.
very.
Yeah.
Aye, it's kind of like Scottish in the sense that we don't put.
It's
You
the
don't.
sense that it's really wrong from from the way the language should be.
Yeah. You're all alkies.
And the sense that nobody understands us as well. Like, I get that all the time when I go, well, all the time. Again, once.
Do you
when
not get resentful as Canarians, like that? Yous have got this beautiful island with this the deep, rich culture, and you just get these gays coming to Yumbo going, "Go to Yumbo."
I know, it's actually wild. It's like, yeah, I suppose that we've all got a bit of an identity crisis there because people think of us like. I've had people in Glasgow ask me if my family live in bungalows. And then somebody else said, "Do you know Pedro?" And I'm like, that's actually wild. Because it does show you how some people might view the islands. They think they're just like literally the volcanoes just erupted out of the sea just for apartments to exist and Holiday World to exist. And it's actually like Aquasur.
Aye.
Sponsored by Aquasur. So it's like, yeah, like there's people living there. It's not just a holiday place. But I get it. And it's always funny to imagine things the other way around. You know, like imagine Glasgow was like that for those Spanish people, pure steaming everywhere, fighting.
But you've settled here, haven't you? What do you love about Scotland?
I've settled, yeah. I've been paying.
That's the fucking the government's watching you. I love it.
I pay my TV license. So funny, by the way. See, last week I was looking at the citizenship test because obviously I'm still a foreigner. I'm not British. I know.
Stop.
Let's just stop. And I done the what do you call it? The sample test. It's got a name. I don't know. You know the sample test that you can do for like the citizenship test. And the questions are like, mock test. That's the word. And they're like, who was the king in the 13th century in the Abbey of Westminster? And I'm like, nobody knows that. Like, no one would know that in Glasgow. Do you know, all the questions are about like pretty much England. So it's like nobody would know that. And I know I wouldn't know the questions if I had the Spanish one either.
Aye.
And yeah, like, yeah, I'm like,
imagine it was like Scottish ones. Like, and what year did Bible John?
What does Ben Latin Bastard's mean?
That's good, aye. I don't know if we can keep that in, but that's fine. Yes, so what else been happening in La Vida?
Yeah, lots have been happening. I suppose like I love Scotland. I love being here. I think you've made it.
Oh wait, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I think a good thing to talk about is Eduardo is the first Canarian
Spanish
Spaniard.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah, I checked.
That's not true, is it?
I checked.
Right, okay. He's saying you can look up. He's definitely the first Canadian, but he's saying Spaniard as well. First Spaniard to climb every Munro in Scotland.
Yeah, exciting.
To do the, what do you call it? Is it just the Munro challenge? couch to Munro.
The Munro.
Couch to Munro. I've done fucking Munro 2 Munros quiz in my life, and it was the same one.
I know, Ben Lomond probably.
It was Ben Lomond.
Yeah.
I was like eating that.
I was buzzing when they
Chicken
said
tikka
that.
sandwich off way up front.
Not that it matters if you're first or not, but obviously it's a wee ego
Aye,
boost.
so you love. I hate it because you can tell me all the correct Gaelic pronunciation for places in Scotland. I was like, you don't even fit here.
I know, exactly. And I get people going like, there's a place outside Glasgow called Luss. And I'm like, mate, it's been 10 years. Surely I would know Luss at this
Do you
point.
remember Johnny, my brother, right? When they first met Eduardo, because I was obviously saying, I've got this palette.
Johnny.
And Johnny's like, went in a wee walk with Eduardo. Anyway, he was like, pure patronising. You're like, so this is a place called. This is a place called Charing Cross.
This is a train station. And he was like, I'm like, Johnny, like, mate, I wasn't born yesterday. Like, I know, like, you know, I know cities. I've seen trains before. And he was like he was trying to help me, to be fair.
No, Johnny is very caring.
But he'd be like, this is a street called Sauchiehall Street. It's not Sauchiehall. You shoot it for now.
You did used to call Buchanan Street the Buchanan.
Buchanan Street. Because it makes sense, to be fair. Buchanan, not freaking Buchanan. But yeah, Johnny thought I was born like a week before I met him. I'm like, Johnny, I've seen a train before. Like, I don't need this much patronising. It's hard enough being a foreigner.
Aye.
But yeah, it's funny, like, because I suppose I've travelled quite a lot in Scotland with the hiking, and just because I love it, I love Scotland, and yeah, like.
But what do you love about Scotland? I've never even asked you this.
I think I just love the sort of the solitude that you get in the hills. I love it. I love being alone in the mountains, and I don't want to sound too cheesy, but it's true. I love it.
You sound like you're singing this Smith song.
And then you get the classic questions, like, it's always the same kind of jokey kind of question. What made you move to Scotland? Was it the rain? And I'm like, I get it. Like, maybe it makes no sense. Maybe.
No, but the rain actually makes Scotland very beautiful. Do you know what I mean?
It makes
the greenery.
Nice and green. Yeah.
party. There's a party in the jumbo. You better know stuff a lot.